Hi everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to share my Accolite on-campus interview experience with you guys. There are a total of 5 rounds. Round 1 is online MCQ test, round 2 is a coding test, round 3 and round 4 are technical interviews, and round 5 is the final round, which is HR discussion. Round 1 and round 2 are conducted on Accolite's own platform, which is Accoilte. In round 1, we will be given 30 MCQs which need to be solved in 30 minutes. And those questions are based on data structures, computer networks, operating systems, and DBMS. And the level of questions are easy to medium. And after 30 minutes of completion of round 1, the shortlisted students will get test link for round 2. And in round 2, there will be one coding question and we need to solve it in 1 hour, and the difficulty level of the question is medium. Link to the coding question which I got is given in the description. You can go through it if you want to. And the important thing is all the test cases need to be passed in order to get selected for the round 3. Round 3 is a face-to-face technical interview which lasted for around 70 minutes for me. And at first, interviewer asked me simple questions like, how are you doing? How is your day? Just to take me to a comfort level. And then he started the interview by asking uh, to introduce myself. So it's a well-known question, and I introduced myself, and he did the same. And he asked me to write 5 to 6 queries by giving some sample database and some tables, and those queries are not so hard and not so easy. And then he asked me to write a program which prints the top view of a binary tree. And this is also a standard question. And I have written the code. And then he asked me some doubts in the code. And even if we got stuck at some point, interviewer will help us like by giving some hints. And we should be able to identify our mistakes like using those hints. And the next, he gave me 2 programs which involved pointers and also asked me to guess the outputs of those questions. And I was only able to guess the right output for only one question. So he said I might be weak at pointers. And then he asked me what are anagrams and to write a program which prints whether the given 2 strings are anagrams or not. So for this, I gave him a basic approach using sorting techniques, and he asked me to come up with an optimal one. So I have explained him another solution using maps, and he was pretty satisfied with my approach. And then he asked me to explain OOPS concepts and real-time examples, and it's a very frequently asked question. And the next one is where and why we are still using C when we have better coding languages compared to C. Uh, and then he asked me about sorting techniques and their complexities, and some questions like why radix sort is not used and which sorting technique is used when the array is sorted. And my interviewer said he is an expert in Java. So he asked me some questions in Java like interfaces, uh, remote procedure calls, and inheritance, exceptions, and all. And and the last question is advantages of Java over other languages. Yeah, these are the questions which I got in round 3, and I was selected for round 4. And this is also a phase 2 technical interview. And the first question is to tell about myself. So I introduced myself, and then he asked me some questions about my projects for 25 minutes. And also, he asked me about my major project ideas, and I explained him the outline of my major project and why we chose that. And then he asked me to differentiate between the linked list and arrays. Again, it's a famous question. And then he asked me about stacks, queues, and their applications which are related to coding. So I gave him some examples like reversing a sentence where stack will be used. and he asked me about OOPS concepts. And it's an expected question in any interview, so be prepared with that. And he asked me what is polymorphism and the types of polymorphism. And the answer for this is compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. And I have explained about these two types. And then he asked me sorting techniques and also to write the code of any sorting technique which I am familiar with. So I have chosen bubble sort because it's an easier one. And and then he asked me about access modifiers in Java, and then static keyword and its use, and to write a sample program which involves the static keyword. And then he asked me to write a program to remove the loop in a linked list. So for this, I gave him two approaches. One is using fast and slow pointers, and the other one is using maps. And I have written the code also. And then he asked me to write the code of FizzBuzz program. It can be solved just by using if cases, and it's a very easy question. And you can also find it in Google. I have written the code, and but he said to optimize the solution and to change the code accordingly. He gave me a hint and I changed the code in a way he expected me to. And then he asked me some basic questions in DBMS and OS. And those are just basic definitions which anyone can answer. And these are the questions which I got in fourth round. And next, the final round is HR discussion. And in this round, she asked me some basic behavioral questions. And then she explained me about their company, about some job role and the CTC and the benefits which we get. And six members were selected finally from our college. And my advices are practice problem solving in HackerRank or CodeChef or in any other platform, and be confident while answering to any question in the interview. Yeah, these are the tips which I would like to advise. And thanks for watching this video, and we'll post many coding related stuff and many interview experiences of all the companies in our channel, which will be useful to crack your interviews. So please do subscribe our channel. And if you have any questions regarding this video, please do type in the comment section. And yeah, thank you. See you in the next video.